Hello, incredible friends. I am here today to show you a cute project that you might want to make for Halloween. This is a little candy treat box, or you could use it for other things as well. But see how cute that is? Trick or treat with paper, and it's a little box. And I'm going to show you today how to make this. So first of all, let's talk about some of the products. And you'll want to know that Stampin' Up! Is having a great sale coming up starting on October 1st. You buy 3 packs of any designer series paper and you get 1 free. Now the free one does come from, you have to choose it from a list that they have, but it's a great deal and you can buy any 3. You just have to choose the free one off their list. So in today's pack, let's see, this one is called the Spooky Night Designer Series paper. And I'll just run through these papers real quick. There's the cats. Oh, sorry, I might be showing it to you upside down. And then on the back side has this beautiful pattern. And then there's this one. And these are all 12 by 12. On the back, I hope you can see this, it's black with some stripes. And then look at this cute pumpkins. And then on the back is some black polka dots. So don't think, if you don't use all this paper for Halloween or Thanksgiving, some of this paper is both Halloween and Thanksgiving. If you don't use it all for that, you've got some neutral stuff on the back that you can use year round. So you got these, looks like little test tube bubbles. And then on the back side is this geometric type pattern. And then I love this, the little hats, witches hats. And on the back side, another geometric type pattern. These would be great for masculine cards. And then this striped one, which obviously you can use the stripes in either direction. And on the back side, it's got, hope you can see this, got a bunch of words, trick or treat, boo, happy Halloween, that type of thing. So keep that in mind. And there's many more selections of paper to choose from too, but that's just what we're using today. So to make this little project, again, this is a treat box, you first need Whisper White. I'm using a thick cardstock. You can use the regular one just fine. I'm just using the thick one today because it is a box and I find this holds up a little bit better. So this is the Whisper White thick cardstock. It's measured 10 by 6. And it's scored at 2 inches on all sides. And I did go ahead and do the scoring today in advance just to save some time. And then this one is the designer series paper. I'm using the one that had the stripes. So on the back side it has these Halloween sayings. But we're going to use the stripe side today. And this one measures 6 by 7 5/8. And it is scored at 2, at 4 1/8, and 6 1/8. And again, I have already scored this one as well. Then the stamp set we're using today is called Spooky Cat. And it's got all these fun trick-or-treat. It's got the owl, it's got the cat, and let's see. We're not using it today, but there is also a coordinating punch, the cat, that goes with this stamp. So if you like that, check that out on my online store. And there's the witch's hat, and there's several fun sayings. Let's see, happy Owlween, eat at your own risk, and then happy Halloween, trick or treat. So today we're going to be using this trick or treat stamp and this rat. But again, this one is called Spooky Cat. And the other supplies today that we're going to use is, this is the Seasonal Layers Thinlit Dies. And this is an awesome set. I'm really loving this. This has like a chair. I forget what you call these kind of chairs, but you can use this for like a beach scene. So you got your summer, there's some flowers, there's some leaves in here. There's, well, these are some leaves. There's some snowflakes and a little tree branch. And the one that we're using today, which I took off of the mat already, is this little scalloped edge. So, and again, that one is called Seasonal Layers Thinlit Dies. And then we have these stitched shape framelits, and I love these. You guys, if you don't have these, this is a must-have in your stack. On this side, you've got the stitched I hope you can see the detail, the stitches in there, but those are the nesting frame, the square frames. And then this is the circles and the ovals, and you get all of that in one pack. So today we're using the 2 ovals. Oh, that's right, I didn't take them off yet. We'll be using not the largest, but the next to the largest, and then the middle. So the 2 middle ones are the ones you're gonna wanna use for today's project. And I have a cat sitting right here who's acting like he wants to hop up in my lap, so we'll see how well this goes. All right, so the other thing we're using today is basic black ink and the pumpkin pie ink. And then I have some pumpkin pie colored ribbon. I went ahead and cut all the supplies today just to save time. This one measures about 20 inches long. And then tools, you'll need a pair of scissors, a hole punch of some sort. Of course, you'll need your blocks for your stamps. I've already mounted the stamps that we're using. You'll want a bone folder, which this is not this folder. Yeah, here's my cat. Sorry guys, hold on. You want to say hello, Finn? Say hi. Well, all right, you sit in my lap. Let's see how well this works. This is what happens when you do live video. All right, so let's, so I was telling you my bone folder. I typically use the one from Stampin' Up, but somewhere in my move, I lost it. And so it's actually something I'm gonna order this weekend. But for now, I'll just use this one that came with the envelope punch board, which if you don't have the envelope punch board, consider trying to get that too. That's a great little tool, and you can do much more than make envelopes with it. So as I've said, I've already cut and scored this one 2 inches all the way around. So all you want to do, well actually first, when you score this, you're going to end up with 4 corners. And all you want to do is cut on the corners. I might have to take my glasses off to do this. I can't see close up. So on each of the corners, you just want to cut up just to the long line. And then you want to trim off some of the bulk. You don't have to be precise here at all. You just want to trim off just a little bit. And yeah, this is the time my cat decides he wants to help. It's like children, right? As soon as you start filming, they want to help. Okay, so again, we're just gonna take off some of this bulk, and you'll see why when we go to fold this. Oh, excuse my arm there. Yeah, the other thing I'm missing is my paper snips. So I will be, you know, in a big long move like I moved from Minnesota. So in the long distance move I made, nothing got broken. And the only thing I was missing, that I've discovered anyway so far, is my bone folder, my paper snips, and I think a box of my clothes somehow. I think they actually got donated to Goodwill instead of being moved with me. So that's been interesting, but that's okay. Those are, with all the bad things happening in the world today, that is like so minor, so I can deal with that. But anyway, so here we go. I'm not very fast with scissors here. All right, so this is what it's gonna look like in the end. You've got your corners. Yeah, you gotta lay down, buddy. All right, so now what you wanna do, we'll fold all of our lines really good. And I should use the bone folder for this. Now I have cat hair on the project. Anybody else out there have animals? You know what it's like. Or kids. Kids do this. I guess kids wouldn't be shedding on your stuff, but all right, so again, we're just folding all of the score lines really well. All right, then what you want to do, so basically you're going to be folding this to form this box, just like this. But of course we have to glue the insides. So what you want to do is apply adhesive. You can use liquid glue. For this, I'm just going to use the Snail today, just to be quick. And because I'm using a sturdier cardstock for this, using the Snail for this particular project will be just fine. Okay, so then all you want to do is line up your edges to, you know, to where they meet. And just give them a press. And do the same thing on this side. Just line up one side at a time. Line it up there and give it a press. See? You got your bottom of your box. All right, we'll set that aside. And then this is the designer series paper we cut. And you'll see one edge is a little bit narrower than the others. And on that edge is where we're going to use this scalloped edge, this thinlet. Now, if you don't have this yet and you still want to make this box, you can use a pair of scissors to just make a fancy trim. You don't even have to do it. It just adds a little something to it. I'll show you what I mean. Let me get the big shot out for this one. And hopefully you guys will be able to see. I might have to maneuver a little bit here. Well, I have to turn this around too. So, on this side, you see the paper? This is the narrower side, the smaller, the 2-inch side. And I'm just going to place this on this paper where the magnet doesn't want to go. And we're just going to place it just on the edge. If we can get the magnet to, yeah. Sometimes you have to play around with this. Actually, I'll just move the paper this way. I'm using a magnetic plate, so on some of these, just like there, I had it and then I shifted it. It doesn't always hold real great. Okay, so it's lined up, and then you just want to run this through the big shot. And then you end up with this cute little jagged edge. I actually did it this way. You could do it this other way too. I might have goofed on that, but that's okay. We'll go with it. It will work out just fine. And while I have the big shot out, I'm going to go ahead and cut my other pieces out as well. On Very Vanilla, a piece of scrap, you just want to use your smallest oval and cut out a square, and then just a scrap of basic black for the larger oval. This is again from the Stitch Framelit. We'll run that through. Sorry, my table's shaking here. And then we're done with the big shot, so I will put that out of the way. Okay, so to finish this off, we have that piece. Okay, so for our paper here, what's going to happen is this is the bottom, the back, and it's going to wrap around like this. So you'll have it like that. So you want the bottom panel and the back panel to, you want to apply glue just to those two panels. So that's what we're going to do right now. Actually, you can glue it. For the sake of time right now, I'm faster with the Snail adhesive. So I'm just going to run some adhesive along here. On this paper, it's a little hard to see where the score lines are. So if you need to, just fold your paper so you know where the line is. And then, since we're not using glue, we have to be really careful about placing this down properly. You want to line it up. Sorry, I got to turn it this way where I can see it. You just want to, I mean, this might have been a mistake to use this but that's okay, we'll get it. There we go. All right, so that's on the bottom, and just give it a good press. Then we'll wrap around the back here. Oh, I kind of messed that up. Hanging off. You don't want your box to show. So anyway, all right, so we've lined that up. Now we'll just take a hole punch and 1, 2, 3. So we just want to go in the middle. I just eyeball it. I'm not measuring anything. Punched a hole. Then just to show you, this is a full-size Snickers bar. This box is big enough easily for 2 and some other little candies in here as well. You could even put them on the sides and stack them this way if you'd like. And you still have room here, so this box has plenty. And then today I have this pumpkin pie ribbon that I'm going to use. And you can just run it through the front of the hole. And what you want to do is wrap it around the box. Wrap it back around to the front. Just pull the ribbon until you have enough. And then you can just tie a knot. And you can see, you can tie a knot, you can tie a bow, you can do whatever. Today I'm just going to do a knot. My fingers won't work. Okay, I'm just going to tie a little knot. And then, I think I put my fabric scissors away. So then I will just trim this off. If you guys will excuse me just a second, I'm going to silence that. So I gave my box a little haircut. Just got your bow now. And now for the stamping. So I'm just going to do this trick or treat in pumpkin pie. And actually, this stamp, when I stamped it before, was really juicy. So I'm going to stamp off a little bit there. And then do that. There we go. And then I'm using basic black for the rat. All right, and then we're just gonna stamp him right above the trick or treat. And then you take some adhesive on the back of that, adhere it to the black stitched oval that you did earlier. And then we'll use a couple of dimensionals to pop this up onto the back. I mean, put these on the back to pop it up onto our box. Sometimes these papers can be a little tricky to get off, but there we have our thing. And then you can just adhere it to the top of the box. And then there you have it. So for all your friends who say they're not card makers, tell them there are so many projects you can make with these designer series papers and a little bit of cardstock. And they're so cute. You could do these for Christmas, for Thanksgiving, any occasion. Let me flip you back around here. So that's the project for today. And if you have any questions, I will put all the dimensions and the products that I used in the description below. But if you have any questions, just let me know. You guys have an incredible day. Bye.